Now, time to go to the church, which is possibly called Villianor's church, for there she is. And she's asleep, so let's just go and be a human alarm clock. But now I start to wonder, what is the purpose? Well, both the purpose of the Ringed City is clear. That's the place for the pygmies where they were meant to guard the dark soul by ordered to them by Gwyn, really big badass god. And now
visitor, return from whence thou camest. The abyss runneth deep by the king's decree. None may disturb our mistress's slumber.
Well, sorry, but the Ashen One considers all that kind of mentions that none may disturb as an invitation, or gonna say daring that, oh yeah, you are gonna disturb. So that's bad for them. Although, oh, one of you.
Is no trifling matter. I, Judicator Argo, shall deliver thee justice.
So you wanna be an executioner?
Spear of the church, sworn defender of our princess Villianor. Hearken to the call that summons thee.
And he's calling aid. Calling a spear of the church. But you can call that as much as you want, but I'm first gonna chop your leg off. Oh yeah, this is an actually interesting boss fight, in a sense that if you would be playing online, the summoned foe, the boss would be somebody of the Spears of Church Covenant. Meaning this is a human boss fight. Really interesting concept in a sense that and of course being a church means it has some sort of association with miracles, healing and lightning attacks. But that little henchman dude, I'm gonna chop him up first. Mostly just to prevent him from buffing that. It's a bit of a slow and clunky fight, but knowing how difficult and nasty fights Dark Souls has, that is among it. Half-Light is a pleasantly simple fight. Of course, if you were to face a real human foe, it might be a much more worse, although that's bad. So I'm just gonna try to use my old tried and true method of just being an obnoxious to him. by not ass slice. And you healing assistant, you I will mince. Shit, no, that's not what you're gonna do. And who is doing the callings as the adjudicator Argo is dead? You did. Come to the slot. Ei saatana. Well, luckily the attack frames from that let's just try to be ass stab. Jeez, those. Fuck. Oh. Not quite died. Real annoying one. Well, everybody knows that cowardice and treachery can always get you winning when the might of arms is not sufficient to get you through the trouble. Try being cowardly and treacherous. Come on, I'm just waiting for the poison to do its magic. It's close. Finally, yep. It was not about being a good fighter, it was just about being a cowardly asshole. Not the most brave method, of course not, but it was one of the more useful methods. But it's time to rest at this bonfire and see where this elevator leads. Possibly to some sort of bed chamber or something. Just a big, similar place than Loppu Castle, high above the city. Possibly the... Oh, actually, possibly not the most highest location. But open the doors. And there she lies, but I will come later to see what lies in her, what she actually expect her closer. For now I will let her rest. Now I'm back here at the Grand Archives, about to go get forward and climb up the dungeon and go forward and see what's in the future. Where I say was that mysterious or not so mysterious looking robed figure. But you don't need to be a genius to know that the defenses of that dude are still here, although they are not the most nastiest foes of the basic game, just grunts. Grunts basic class. Which go down with a couple of good swipes. Use this pestilence mace, which is actually quite handy spell in certain matters, mostly because it does its damage is well, fighting and looting and killing, stealing, murdering. Oh, I'm being ambushed by Mad Spirit. Oh damn, my mistake. I don't know if he having an interest of attacking me, but I have no interest in making a fight. I'm here to fight against Prince Loppu. Well, he seems quite jovial. So summoning more aid. Do I get any chance to call anybody else? Apparently no. But time to give them a salute. And I'll get forward.
Oh dear. Another dogged contender.
So...
Welcome, unkindled one. Purloiner of cinders.
So of course he knows.
Mind you, the mantle of Lord interests me none.
It's actually quite a young voice.
The fire-linking curse, the legacy of lords. Let it all fade into nothing.
So he'd prefer that the world would end.
Now have your rest.
And he sent and print frail, sickly prince sent out his older brother, Lorian, who, well, the story states that he was very good. He was not frail and sickly, unlike his brother. He was immensely strong, tough, fast, a great warrior. But he tried to take the mantle of the Lord of Cinder, or to say, it was not that he tried to coup his brother, it was more like he wanted to help him. And those teleports are not done by him, but by his brother, Lothric himself. And the brother was just had gone completely mindless, and he couldn't even walk.
Oh, dear brother.
Huge bed,
I'm on
raggedness,
my way.
and a skeleton-like thinness.
My brother. Unyielding sword of Lothric's prince. Rise if you would, for that is our curse.
Yes, indeed. Not dying. So now the little brother, big. Now the little brother rides piggyback his big brother. That's in a sense very sad, but it's also very, I don't know what's the word, beautiful, mentally beautiful. Mindless beast who sacrificed, mindless brother who sacrificed everything for his brother.
Dear brother.
And now, and Lothric, once Lorian is beaten down, Lothric will kick him up again. The elder brother delivers big sword strikes, and the younger brother gives magics out. And they share a life, and even though they have a different life power, they are not separate entities. They go around. That was bleak. I got the soul of twin princes. Now I have only few places left to go. And I don't even need to light this bonfire, for his room has nothing. But judging by all these appearances, he was a king. He was sick, he was young, frail, and his bodyguard was his older brother who sacrificed himself for his younger brother, and in the process became mindless, unable to walk. But it's time to actually go and say hello to Princess Filianor. Well, there she is, slowly becoming poisoned to death. But, yeah, she served God Gwyn, was friend of Medea who had gone already insane, and she wanted me to kill him. I guess that was sort of a mercy kill, but let's go and pick a fight with her.
Would have ever forgive thy lowly kind.
And with thus Shira last disciple of whatever church this was is dead. The whole world is more or less dead. Everything is more or less dead. Undead, and even undead are just breaking down and collapsing to mindless piles of who knows what, dust, ash. But it's time to go and check then what kind of church she was in. That takes a bit of backtracking again. And going to this church building where she was, and there was a worshipper who left her clothes here, and there's a imagery of silver knights. And it probably was a ruin of this place where she actually encountered me, but weirdly I can go back to places which are no longer existent. But it's time to go and investigate more of that death field. I don't know any better word for it. Now, back again. Now I'm turning to the left, following the left edge of this absolute battleground of death and destruction and despair. And who is that? What is that?
Eleanor, help me, please. The Red Hood is come to eat us, to eat our dark soul.
Well, that must be a pygmy, or king of pygmies, for he wears a crown. And he's crawling away from there. So it's time to follow where the hell did he came from. And Red Hood, that sounds... well, it's not Little Red Riding Hood, it sounds more like Gale, for he wear Red Hood. Actually, I know, I must... but to face Slave Knight Gale in battle. There they are, Pygmy Lords. Those who kept the Dark Soul, and now they are losing it. Nothing but death and destruction and broken chairs, thrones. Oh, he looked sad. Very sad and miserable. And there's Gale. He doesn't look too good either. I guess he would be devolved in some sort of cannibal form.
What? Still here? Handed over that thing, your dark soul, for my lady's painting.
So he's... Slave Knight Gale. Is many things, but mostly he is horrifyingly powerful and strong. And he can endure damage like a... he can deliver damage like an angry truck. And he can take damage like the truck who has studied enduring. And that was actually... well, and the battlefield prepared for this true final confrontation is actually a really grand. It's the biggest battlefield of the entire series. And not in a background sense, but in a physical, real, practical sense, this is the biggest battlefield of the game. So I'm not gonna even bother to I'm gonna go to a bit more. Oh shit. I got lost. Oh, there's my. It's a real shame that this huge battlefield is actually quite pointless, as in you cannot make much of benefits from this landscape. It's just a big background for you to fight in. But Gale attacks relentlessly. Absolutely without any mercy. And why they are always these kind of... No, he went angry. Luckily I managed to block that. Indeed. Fight against... No. Bonus bosses tend to be tougher bastards, but Gale takes the cake of being the toughest bastard of them all. Not only because of his huge health pool, but because of his relentlessly few opportunities for you to actually do some hurt to him. And I know that some person in this world has actually gone and defeated Gale without any kind of damage, actually not even being hit once from all the onslaught. And that means very impressive, but luckily he hits only physical damage, at least now. That sword is just a sharp piece of metal he uses to kill you. Whoop! Oh shit. A microsecond of failure. But yeah, Gale. Something you really don't wanna face. He's got the worst traits of every Dark Souls boss more or less in the same. Being fast, tough and relentless. So I'm gonna say fast, tough and mean. He's not giving up on attacking. He's gonna continue that onslaught until you keel over and die. Whoop. I'm actually doing quite well for myself. Whoop. Which is to say, oh, lots of damage done to him. He's hurt. But there's one thing, he has only one health bar, and I already gotten about a third of it through. Yes, the pygmies had Dark Soul in them. He ate them. Now he is the Dark Soul. Dark Soul is alive and it wants to kill. That is what the humanity is. Unyielding, unstoppable and unconquerable power. Something, if you are not afraid of it, you are stupid. You are very much meant to be scared of it. Whoops! Whoops, this was not the way to go. And now he brings forth sorceries and looks much less insane. He actually looks pretty focused and calm. It should be say something weird and he's got the crossbow. Yeah. Someone can be an absolute berserker attacking, yes, bad, but when they get calm and relaxed and start to use that whatever viciousness with organized manner, that's when you are becoming worried. It's not just luxury, it's common sense. Just doing the whoop, and not only does the sword swings do big pain to you, they also oh yes, here I am. I'm trying to arrange a little trick I know which can be done. It's something like that you try to get yourself to around here. Actually not, I didn't manage to pull it off, at least not yet. And now he's no longer doing just physical damage, now he's doing real damage. Yeah, the crossbow attacks. Well, I'm trying to demo. Yes, I got it. But unlike many other bosses of the Dark Souls 3, Gale is not immune to poison attacks. Meaning you can actually deliver a lot of damage to him just by abusing his not immunity. Oh shit. Oh, where did he go? Oh, going to get the poison to strike him. Yeah, I got it. Yo, so the basic trick is get him poisoned and then just survive the attacks. And once you survive long enough and the poison no longer kicks him, try to get it to him again, like this. Doing quite well, knowing my usual success, and now he got even angrier. And he's about to double this gun brazier with lightning, and he's angrier again. So yeah, three phases. Get angry, angrier, or let's say angry, sane, and sanely angry, and he knocked me to bits. But yeah, the nastiest boss of the entire game. So, actually there's a trick to fighting him. Actually not fighting, just abusing the fact that he can be poisoned. Try to get to this place, very near to the fog gate, lure him in, then he just doesn't attack you, but you can still apply the poison attack to him from here. So it's real good method to cheese him off. And he's already taken over 3000 points of damage, and it's not even close to even halfway, so that should tell how insanely tough Gale is. This is a long and brutal fight. It's a trench warfare. Well, I'm gonna skip and try to cheese him to death other ways. And, well, Gale is possibly the only bonus boss you can cheese to death. No, you don't. He's the nastiest fuck. Gale is tough, but you can cheese him. Midi is tough, but you can't. Finally got him dead. It took about half an hour of quite much non-stop fighting, cheesing, baiting. He's nasty fucker. Mean son of a bitch. But time to go and deliver the paint to the painter lady. The painted world is burning. The world is collapsing. But hope maybe if the painter is given the paint, she can draw a new one. I will give her now the dark soul.
My thanks, Ashen One. With this will I paint a world. Please tell me thy name. I would name this painting after thee.
For the Ashen One is a title to the one who is the Nameless One.
I see. We are much alike. Then I will name this painting Ash. 'Twill be a cold, dark, and very gentle place. And one day it will make someone a goodly home.
Well, yeah.
I wonder when Uncle Gale intends his return. I hope the new painting will be to him a gentle home.
He is not coming home at all. But if there is a cold, dark place which is a gentle, it is good enough. There's very little things left to do.